So, and Jim asked so many good questions, so I apologize if any of these are repeats. But other than the final product, what was your favorite part of composing on these projects?
Well, I do love the process. You know, I'm a collaborator, so I think that if I didn't enjoy collaboration, I would just be writing perhaps concert music or, you know, releasing just albums by myself and not being in the room with other people. I mean, the thing about being a film composer is you are engaged in the manufacture of a story, you know, and you're working with the writers, with the directors, with the picture editors, with the producers, you know, and that's really my favorite part, because you can learn more about the story, but you can always learn more about the music itself, because, you know, like, you might write something and you're like, oh, this is perfect, it works for the scene, and you'll get someone to come into the studio and say, that sound there makes me feel something that I don't want to feel, and it's like, it's a learning experience. Like, that's fascinating. Tell me more about that. You know, like, well, I never thought of that, but it's like, yes, I guess now, you know, from your perspective, I can see what you're talking about. So, you know, and that happened on Blind Spotting, it happened on IB&B, and it happened on Cabinet of Curiosities. It's like there's always a discovery process, you know, in collaboration. So,
That's awesome.
Yeah.
What's your least favorite part?
Oh, the least favorite part. Oh, wow. I don't really have a least favorite part. I don't love. I know a lot of composers get really excited about recording, you know, like with an orchestra and getting on the stage. That to me that's almost my least favorite part in the process, because I feel like I know the music so well, you know, and it's scary to have it, like, you know, oh my God, now someone else has to play it, and it's like, is it playable? I don't know, like, what's it going to sound like? It's almost like, it's just the nerves, and it gets over it, it's always great in the end, but it's just like, I just find it really nerve-wracking putting music in front of an orchestra.
Because that's you, that's all you, yeah.
And it's like,
big personal part of you. Sliding door moment. What would you be doing if you didn't follow this particular path that's brought you the success you're currently enjoying?
Like, as in, if I had a completely different career? Wow, that's a great question. I think you're the only person who's ever asked me that question.
Really?
Yeah, besides my parents, of course, who would be like, you know, you really should have done law, you know. So, yeah, I mean, like, I had the opportunity to study law. I don't know if I would have done it. I think I like the idea of architecture, you know, and it's sort of similar to music, like you're creating something, you're planning something, you're building something, and I almost think of compositions like pieces of architecture. You know, I see the scaffolding, I see the glass, I see, you know, it's like the way it all comes together. So I'd probably say something in the sphere of architecture.
Okay.
So
something creative.
Yeah.
Now, they kind of touched on it in the panel, but I'm always curious about the musician's ear. Are you able to turn it off when you're watching a movie or a TV show or playing a video game, or just even listening to music?
Here's what I'll say. I think if the movie is really, or whatever it is I'm watching, is exceptional, and I'm so swept up in the story, you know, it doesn't even have to be exceptional. If I just really get swept up in the story, I'll almost forget to listen to the score. But it's rare, you know, but that's not to say, like, for example, I watched Poor Things, which is one of my favorite scores of the last, I can't even remember how long, you know, and it's like, I was aware of the score. I love the score. I love the film. You know, it's not necessarily switching it off. At that point, I wanted to be switched on. It's like I wanted to experience everything. I wanted to know everything when I was watching the film. So at other times, you know, I just want to focus on the story and I don't want to think about the score, and then maybe I'll remember it later. But, you know, when I sort of feel when I'm exposed to people doing their greatest work, I find it really inspiring.
Sure.
So I want to listen.
Right.
You know.
And what's your own work? Have you ever watched the final
product?
Oh, God.
No, I'm terribly critical. No, I hate that. And I actually can't watch my own work. Once it's finished, I'm like, I'm done. That's, yeah.
We're not revisiting that.
Yeah.
Okay. Dream project. What are you composing? What are you composing for?
For my dream project?
Yeah, another film, your own project.
I've been writing a lot of my own music recently, which I've really enjoyed. I've been doing it for the first time, so that's been a bit of a dream. But I think the in terms of film and television, I'd love to do more sci-fi. Actually, I don't think I've done much sci-fi.
Well,
in my
you
life.
could say the score that brought you to this world was Empire Strikes Back.
Right, that's what I mean. So and I love I've done a lot of horror, but not. Yeah, I guess not sci-fi. I haven't had the chance to do it.
Well, I hope that comes true for you. Greatest influence musically.
That's
It
very.
doesn't have to be another composer.
Yeah, it's difficult. I get influenced by a lot of things. I get influenced by color. I get influenced by flavor sometimes, by great food. I get influenced by painters a lot. In terms of music, it's often great scores that will inspire me. Like I said, if I listen to a score like Poor Things or something, the sounds he used were so specific. I don't think I would ever go in that direction, but I'm saying like the concept of being that wild in a score definitely resonates with me. I've loved massive, hugely emotional scores. I've loved Thomas Newman scores, John Williams, who I mentioned. I don't write like them, but I guess what I'm saying is when I encounter an artist at what I perceive to be their best or doing their greatest work or their most creative work, I find that very inspiring.
Dream collaboration.
Oh wow, dream collaboration. Well,
And it doesn't have to be another composer.
Yeah,
Or
again, it's probably, I get to work with some amazing directors, and like some of them have been, dream collaborations.
Sure.
Like they really have been. In terms of people I haven't worked with, again, it's perhaps there's great sci-fi directors, who I would love to work with, and things like that, just because of the genre that they're working in, and
Right.
but honestly, I tend to think that my dream collaboration is almost my next gig, because the thing is I throw myself so forcefully into what I'm doing, it becomes sort of all-consuming, and I just become absorbed into it. So just being able to work in this industry is kind of a dream. I mean, not many people get to do it. So
is there like a specific process you follow with each project? What is always your first step?
Yeah, so that changes with directors. Some directors want music at script stage to inspire them. Some people want music for the edit or for the shoot to inspire the actors, and some in post. And I've done everything, So the thing, I once scored it was like a horror film. I scored it in 7 days. That was not a dream process, but it was a lot of fun. I didn't sleep much. At other times, I've been brought on, like a year before actual scoring started, like before the shoot or just at script stage. So there's never really a first step. I would hope that a first step with every director would be sitting down and talking about story. What do you want to achieve? What do you want the audience to feel?
Right.
Like who are we aiming at? What kind of, what are the demographics of the audience? Sometimes that matters, sometimes it doesn't. But mostly, what do you want people to feel?
Perfect. Great answers. Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it.
Oh, thank you. They're great questions. Thank you.
Thanks.